Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Benicio.
I'm Zach.
So, Zach, tell me what brings you here today. How can I help you?
So it's been brought to my attention by friends and family that my drinking alcohol has gotten to be a bit much. They're concerned about me. I have some concerns about myself, and that's why I'm here.
Okay. It seems pretty stressful, but right now, the good thing is that you have your friends to acknowledge the fact that you do have a problem. In general, when do you suppose that this began?
Probably not long after high school.
Okay.
In about 17, 18 years ago. I went in the military, kind of part of the culture that I was in then, just going out having a good time. Didn't really keep too much tabs on it then. It then kind of later on went into just a daily drinking thing. Since then I've gotten better about it. I monitor it during the week, try not to drink during the week, maintain that responsibility, but once the weekend gets around, it becomes a binging issue.
Okay. Tell me more about when you were in high school and you went into the military. Was it, you mentioned that it was the culture. Do you feel that you began to drink because you wanted to fit in, or was it another reason?
Oh no, I fit in just fine. I absolutely enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay.
And still do, quite frankly.
Why do you believe right now that over time that this is becoming a problem for you?
There have been some issues where instead of just going out and having dinner with the wife, maybe a glass of wine before dinner, I'm consuming alcohol, so I won't order too much when I'm there, because once I'm looking to feel that buzz. Alcohol makes me feel good. That's why I enjoy it. But there have been some times where it's kind of impeded with social or family gatherings and things like that.
Okay.
Not so much that I'm falling all over myself, it's just that everybody else is on a kind of a social drinking level and I'm up here. And my tolerance is that such people worry about the amount I'm consuming.
So it seems that it's not that you're drinking it's not the social setting, so you're saying that it's surpassed that.
Oh yeah, I could care less what everybody else is drinking. I'm drinking to feel good.
When do you suppose that the problem of drinking becomes better or worse for you during the daily week?
Well, during the week, it's not bad anymore. And the drinking in and of itself, when I'm actually drinking, is great. But it's the following day. Am I going to be able to do anything? Am I going to feel like just staying in bed? Am I not going to be active? Am I going to, be able to go out to dinner with my wife? Am I going to be able to function at my job? That's where it becomes an issue. But actually, drinking in and of itself, I feel great when I'm doing it.
So you're saying that when you have these thoughts about drinking, that it does cause some sort of dysfunction in your everyday, whether it's work or home or.
If I make it to the weekend and I'm thinking about drinking, that thought encompasses everything in my mind, and it doesn't go away until I start drinking.
So it's looming. Does it loom throughout the week, or does it loom at the? Okay.
Yes, but I just keep it under wraps, and I force myself. You're not going to drink during the week. You have responsibilities, you have a job, but when the weekend gets here, it's like, hey, I've been a good boy all week. I deserve to drink, right? Or at least that's what my mind tells me.
So you feel that's your reward, is getting that
Absolutely.
At the end of the
week.
At the end of the week after work. Okay. How have you tried to change your behavior in general? What kind of barriers have you set for yourself during the week? You did mention that in the week that you do have those looming thoughts, but you try to refrain.
I do. I did. Instead of drinking hard liquor all the time, I still drink hard liquor, but I'll start out with beer or something not with such a high alcohol percentage throughout the course of the evening,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, you know, it's it's like the lesser of two evils, I guess. That's one of the things I've done. Sometimes I've tried to prolong it before, you know, I actually start drinking. I'll exercise, try to exhaust myself, so the cravings won't be there as much.
So the exercise helps out.
It does.
The thoughts of having a drink. So
It does.
What do you drink instead of alcohol after you exercise?
Water, tea, coffee.
Okay.
I actually try to eat healthy, and other than drinking, I exercise regularly and try to maintain a decent diet.
Do you drink? Do you have a drink with what part? With the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or
Typically, it'll start in the afternoon.
Okay.
After lunch, and sometimes it's too early.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to exercise, do something to keep my mind off of it. But ultimately, it's going to come down to, okay, it's time for a beer.
Would you say, in general, from a scale of 1 to 10, in your opinion, how much social support do you think you're getting into, whether it's your friends or family or there's somebody else you know that is acknowledging?
My wife, extended family, friends, they are 100% supportive.
Okay.
I'm really fortunate in that aspect.
Okay.
They're also very understanding. Genetically, alcohol runs in the family, so there's that understanding. I'm sure that my family members will be willing to come in and participate in any sort of therapy that you wanted to do with them as well.
Does it bring? You mentioned that it runs in your family. Has thoughts of any fear ever run through your head where it could, where it could get worse?
Sure. Yeah. Both my grandfather and father and several uncles have passed away from alcohol-related issues. So yes, it does concern me.
I'm gonna leave you with a homework assignment that you can try.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is that at the end of the week that you have that impulse to drink, and what I'm thinking is that start at some point during the week, you could try buying a pack of water or
Okay.
tea instead. Have that in front of you in the kitchen, and that'll enable you to see what's in front of you and just pick out that water or tea instead of that alcohol.
Okay.
So we'll try this slowly, try to keep a documentation in a journal,
Okay.
and we could meet up again next week to see how you're doing. But,
So you want me to keep track of the amount of water?
Yes, yes. Do you have any questions for me? And
I don't think so.
What other suggestions or tips that I have for you?
I think starting slow, like you suggested, is probably a good idea. This isn't a drastic change that I'm ready to take on immediately. So I like what you're asking me to do for homework. I can definitely keep up with the amount of drinks I'm having, what I'm drinking, and I think trying to substitute water for maybe every other drink or something kind of like you're saying is probably a good idea. If nothing else, it'll keep me hydrated.
Okay.
So I'm definitely not opposed to doing that, and I would like to try it.
Okay, sounds good. I think that we're
Okay.
So thank you for coming.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah, no
All
problem.
right, cool.
See if it.
That was good, dude.